physical update, Micah, and then the freshman kid, Larry Scott.
Well, we won't have any final word on Larry Scott till probably tomorrow. I think MRI scheduled either tonight or tomorrow.
Twisted knee.
Yeah, but I'm worried about what it might be. So, we'll see. And then Micah, we don't know if he's going to have surgery or not, but he has and I'm not don't know what bone for sure, but he has a broken bone in his hand, and so he's out for at least 6 weeks.
How about Mitchell?
He is tight hamstrings, abdominal tightness.
What happened to Micah?
Yeah, it was just he was running a curl route, and the ball was thrown to him, and the very simple rule is you put your hands around the ball, not through it. So it just hit his thumb like dead on right here, and that happens all the time. You just don't see the injury like that all the time.
Did you talk with James at all about today was the first day that he had the brace on? I mean, he looked the same, but did he say anything to you about?
Yeah, I asked him, and he said, he didn't have any big reaction to it. He just kind of shrugged his shoulders. No big deal.
Is the tempo what you want for the first 3 days, and you're getting a number of snaps in and the plays you want? Or?
I like it. I think that we've been out on the field for long periods of time during this time of year, and that's okay too. But I thought, for both, the pace, the tempo, and kind of the pressure to execute, just keep it coming a little bit. I think that's good, and I think it adds a little bit to the conditioning factor too.
Previous camps, you've had to rest like a Matt Moore at Canfield for too much pitch counts. Does it look like that's going to be any kind of an issue with Ryan, or because he's so fresh and not doing a lot of spring throws? Is it?
I think only, Paul, if we get some slight indication that he's tiring or sore. Yeah. Otherwise, for 3 days here, it's been very good. But that's the kind of thing we do check on all the time.
On the defensive side of the ball, Watkins is coming in, first-year starter.
Who's that?
Anthony?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at safety. Have you had a chance to, I know you spent a lot of time with the offense.
Anthony Watkins has worked so hard in this program for so long, and he played a lot last year. He kind of worked his way into that, and probably the only reason, at that time that we could think about moving Cam Collins to linebacker was that we were confident that Anthony was going to be able to play. And so I think we have two of the finest safeties in the country, right now, and I'm really proud of them. I think they're good players and very good leaders. Anthony's come a long ways. He had the injury bug for a couple of years, and now that he's been able to play for an extended period of time, it's just it's showing the kind of player that he is.
Fromm's personality is pretty contagious. He seems to just fire up his teammates to no end out there with.
Yeah, the neat thing about that too, Paul, is you can't do that without having done the work. That would be real phony if you were a guy that was I suppose a slacker. But he's a leader. If I asked anybody on the team, who's the hardest 3 workers in the weight room, he would always be named as one of those 3. So, he does the work. He's committed. I think just generally very well respected by this team.
Mike, you mentioned Cam moving to linebacker. How is that transition going? I know he did it last year, but
I thought by the end of the year Cam was very comfortable playing, and that's hard to do in a short period of time, to become comfortable in a new position when you're somewhat of an older player. I thought he did a great job, and I think it's just carried on from there. And I'm thinking, even though it's hard to lose 2 starting outside backers, Roberson and Pankey, we have really good athletes, and I think that's just another one of the reasons we have to have a great camp. These guys just have to get real comfortable with assignments so that they can use that athletic ability within the scheme of what we're doing.
Can you talk a little more about the pace with the team, with the way the plays are coming in, how the players are reacting to it?
Yeah, it basically, we're having 2 huddles going offensively, and the defense, some positions are rotating every play, some positions are staying in for 4 at a time, but these 2 huddles keep coming at them. We run a play, and then as the play finishes and they're starting to come back, that next group's taking the line. So the time between plays is drastically reduced. And, just for an example, we usually, with one team running one huddle at a time, in 10 minutes you can average about 12 plays. Doing this, you can get about 20. So that's just more repetitions for the guys.
Mike, can you talk about Jordan Bishop's progression in the season?
I was worried about him, and he had that surgery, and he was out of spring ball, and I didn't know where he'd be. I've actually been impressed. I'm happy with what we've seen so far. So I think he's doing a good job. He's just a great big target and great hands. And my goal is for him to have a really much better understanding of his position on the field as a receiver, what he's doing and how it fits into beating a defense.